Hi, welcome to the training today. My name is Sang. Today I'll be going over some of the questions that were combined into one question, mainly one question. And This training will be about the internal coding slot machines. And Got quite a few questions about it. Doing a training later on this year, and I decided to record this and archive it so that new regulators can reference the training from this video as well. So there's an article that Kevin Poulsen wrote a while back about bugs and glitches in slot machines for historical reference. So you can visit that link here. This link is active. There's a few other links that are no longer active, but I believe Wired.com they archived it to this. So Kevin wrote an article about mainly about the during the early 2009 involving the Game King, and this was also referenced in some of the NIGC training as well. You can find the NIGC document here. It's unclassified, so you can grab it from their website as well, and I'm using this just as a reference guide here. I'll scroll down a little bit here. They offer a lot of good trainings there as well. And one of the what Kevin wrote about was about one of the infamous errors that was detected by John Kang in the middle of 2009, and the key thing that he found was using a specific method of play with the double up feature active and changing the denomination of play and payout retroactively. Okay, and then the jackpots will be rewarded. Okay, scroll down a little bit more here to give you an example, another example as well. This is, I believe that's John Kang there. Go down a little bit here. I highlighted some of these here. There were other incidents, in early 1995 where one of the GCB's own staffer, he went to the dark side, and he reprogrammed the EEPROMs of the machine, and that which he was auditing, and then his codes trigger jackpots based on a particular sequence of buttons pressed it. Okay, like the Konami code for cash. Okay, so he was eventually caught too. Okay, so go back to the article here. Kevin described John Kang and his winning streak, and he detailed it as well. Okay, and if you get a chance, you can go through this and you can read the articles. It's very fascinating. And in this training today, I'll be showing you samples of how the codings inside the slot machines can manipulate the machine in ways that are very difficult to detect amongst the gaming regulators. So for most gaming regulators, you never really get to see and have someone actually show you how the coding can affect the machine. Most of the time, we're we're always behind the cheating methods if it comes to coding or using a device such as back in the older days, you have customer using the monkey paws, the light wands, metallic objects being inserted into the coin slots, being inserted under where the coin dispenses, forcing it into the machine, and etc. So those are the older methods. The newer methods, the slot machines are very advanced. If you were to look at a modern slot machine, it is a big computer. It really is a big computer with a lot of very expensive equipment inside of it, and it has a lot of bright lights and a lot of sound to it, and that's really what the new slot machines are. It is a big giant computer. Okay, and I wanted to touch on some of the questions that were asked of me. Was one of the questions was that a lot of people who don't have a lot of knowledge on how slot machines are made, how they are regulated, and they mostly rely on a lot of YouTube videos, and I've seen some myself, where individuals out there will claim to have playing strategies that would defeat the slot machines and take money from the casinos, and that the casinos are rigging the machines to cheat players and etc. Much of those are untrue. I've been in the gaming industry a very long time, and the slot machines are extremely highly regulated. Okay, the regulate there's so much regulations on slot machines, from the federal side to the state to the manufacturers, and then even the casino themselves. There's so much regulations on it. It goes through stringent tests. Certain states need certifications from gaming test labs, and just before the slot machine can even be sent in and play and activated on a casino floor. Okay, so a lot of these information, they're not classified information. They're available on the web. Please, if don't really believe everything that you see YouTube videos or just off of a website. Do your own research. A lot of those servers that offers you training on how to play slot machine using a strategy, and they do as an income base where you have to the customer have to pay them. I can tell you honestly, a lot of it are really scams. Okay, if you do your own research and you look at the regulations, you look at how the RNG, the EPROMs, the security steps on the casino side in itself is a total subject by itself. The regulations, having tamper-proof seals on the EPROMs, on the logic boards, to the number generators, to the machine itself, is highly regulated. So please don't always believe what you see on YouTube or claims from individuals who are taking advantage of people who don't know how slot machines work, and they're charging a fee to take you on an extravaganza to Las Vegas and teach you how to play slot machines and win. So don't always believe those. Those are really big scams, and I still see it on YouTube, Facebook, and etc. And they are still finding people who's willing to pay them thousands of dollars to for these fictitious strategies. Okay, so please learn about slot machines. Do your research first. Okay, don't always just believe somebody on the internet and give them your hard-earned money. Okay, so please look at that. If we go back to this training from NIGC, I can show you some of the what the casino does. They're looking at actual wins, hold percentage, theoretical hold, and then they're measuring variances. If for a lot of casinos, the payout the payout percentages goes up as high as 80% and above 80, and those are some of the regulations out there. The the uh, the variances, from the actual pay ratios to the 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 theoretical set points. It goes beyond, I believe it's 5%, and then they're investigating the machine. Okay, so there's a lot of investigation. There's a lot of regulations on slot machines. I'm just talking about how these slot machines work. I'm not talking about the statistical advantage that's been set by the manufacturers, so that the casino will make money off of it. I'm not really talking about that, or the concept of that you're playing against a machine where the probability is you're not going to win. We're not talking about that today. We're just talking about people who are scamming individuals, stating that there are strategies that they can deploy and win. Okay, so be aware of that. Do your own research. There is a lot of information out there on the web, on legitimate websites. NIGC is a good site as a reference point. Okay, so today's discussion is mainly about coding and how the coding affects the slot machine. Either it was a mistake, which is also called a bug, a glitch, or it was maliciously coded to have a certain sequence. Okay, so the article that Kevin wrote was mainly about glitches. Okay, and there was another incident that was mentioned in the NIGC training as well, where I covered this a little earlier. The one of the auditors or personnel of a gaming company purposely modified and reprogrammed an EEPROM, and it was based off a certain sequence of the button press, and then the person would hit a jackpot. Okay, so today's discussion is mainly about that, and I built a sample software for one of my training here, and I want to share with you today, and so that have this video as a reference point for new auditors or new regulators, especially on the surveillance side as well, and compliance. So you don't need to be a software programmer. First of all, you don't need to know how to read code. I will paraphrase some of the codes for you. Most of the time, as regulators or security or slots or on the regulatory side, surveillance compliance, we read articles and we see news articles and we receive training, but we never really see or get a glimpse of it where we actually see codes and say, oh, okay, they modified this code, even though if you don't understand it. I would prefer to have that. So I never seen that. So that's one of the reasons why I created this, and to kind of display how difficult it is to identify someone who's hitting jackpots or winning at a slot machine, and they either found a bug or a glitch, or they were involved in collusion of malicious codes. So let's get started here. So I created the software here, and this is just a short, small software. It's free on the website. You can download it and you can use it as you like. So in this software here, and I'll go through the training here so that you'll kind of get a good idea of it here. You click on the spin button, and these reels up here will change. I encoded a random number generator, okay, similar to a slot machine. Okay, and please pardon my graphics. I didn't want to make this look too real, and since it's just a training software and I'm not deploying this on a casino floor, I decided to just make the graphics very simple. Okay, so here if you spin the button here, just like a slot machine, it'll change the outcomes on the top there, such as a slot screen. Okay, now the goal is to get all sevens in the middle, then you hit the jackpot. Okay, so as you can see, I'm clicking here. My random number generator on the back end, it's controlling the movements. Okay, so I'll click here and see if we can hit a jackpot here and line those numbers up here. And it looks random and no win yet. Okay, absolutely no win yet. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we hit those 3 sevens there and lined it up, and we hit a jackpot. Okay, let's try it again here. Okay, and continue to lose here, taking a lot of my credits here. And I'll keep on clicking and see if we can hit another win here. And I'll keep going here. Okay, so this here kind of imitates what a player would see in when you're faced with a random number generator. And there we go, we hit another one here. Okay, now this first training here is right below here. It says your mission. Okay, determine a way to cheat the slot machine into automatically hitting a jackpot. There's a hint though. A programmer had embedded a malicious cheat code. Okay, so as a gaming regulator or a gaming investigator, surveillance compliance, here the training is to help them look for a pattern or a sequence. Okay, and so far it seems like there's no pattern or sequence at all. It looks like it's random. Okay, it doesn't hit every other. Oh, we hit that twice there. Okay, seems like I'm losing more than I'm winning though. Okay, there we go. Oh, 3 in a row. Wow. Okay, it's really random. Okay, and hit that again. Okay, now I'll show you the answer to this. The answer is on the bottom here. If I click on the answer, okay, so the answer is to cheat, hold the shift key or the shift and control keys, then click on the spin button to win automatically. Okay, so let's do that. Let me open I'm gonna open my on screen here so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so on my keyboard, if I hold down the shift and the control keys, okay, and I spin that button here, hit that button, spin, we win. Okay, and we do win. Okay, let's try it again here. I'm gonna take that off and hit that spin there. Okay, no wins. Let's hold down the shift and the control key again, and we spin and we win. Okay, So as you can see here, what this is meant to teach you is finding a sequence, finding a pattern, understanding that the codes in the back has been manipulated or purposely coded with the sequence. It's extremely hard to identify. Okay, so one of the things that a lot of casino do, especially in surveillance, is when a customer is suspected of cheating or on slot machines, they have a camera that points at the screen of the slot machine, another camera that they can use to watch the player's hands and buttons, and then another one to watch the entire area, okay, to see if there's another individual who's acting as a lookout. Surveillance, most of the places that I know, they are trained to mainly look for cheating devices. Okay, they're looking to see if a person who's at a slot machine has a hand in the pocket, a hand in the jacket, any light coming off of it, rubbernecking. Okay, they're swinging their heads around, looking around to see if anybody's watching them, etc. So they're trained to spot certain things, but to detect internal code cheats and glitches is very difficult. Okay, especially for individuals who don't have access to the codes, don't know how to read the code, or don't know what the sequence or the codes were programmed to do. Okay, let's look at the codes here. Okay, so click on answer, and I'm going to click on see the codes. Okay, so I wrote these codes in VBA. Konami, IGT, they don't normally use VBA for their slot codes. It's usually in C++ or amongst other things. Okay, so my code is very short. Theirs is probably a book. Okay, so excuse me, I already highlighted the main codes here, and I commented on the codes, so it's easy to kind of read through. Okay, so don't worry if you get lost in this training here. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need to know how to program. The idea is not that. The idea is to get you to give you a glimpse of how codes work and how difficult it is to detect them. Okay, so in my codes here that I program it to cheat this slot machine here. Okay, my code starts above, but the main codes are here. Okay, so I commented on the code. So for each code here, I put a comment on the top here. Okay, and when the program runs, it ignores the comments. Okay, so the codes below here automatically displays the jackpot image .jpg if both keys are pressed. Okay, so the codes right above it is where it checks. Okay, it checks if the shift is pressed and the control is pressed. Okay, now the logic is here where it's highlighted here. Okay, so my statement starts with if shift is pressed and control is pressed, then pull up this file, this image file called jackpot, and the jackpot image is, let me close out of this here, is the image that has the 3 sevens there. Okay, so when it grabs that image and displays that image, okay, I have another code snippet down here. Okay, where my program says if the jackpot image, okay, is displayed. Okay, oh, my little circle there got stuck, so I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Okay, then it's gonna message box. It's gonna kick out a message box saying congratulations, you hit the jackpot, $1 million. Okay, simply that's how the code works. Okay, go here and open my keyboard again. Okay, my code detects the shift key and the control key, okay, off your keyboard. When these two are met, those conditions are met, and the condition of clicking that spin button here, okay, you're gonna hit a jackpot, okay. And if I keep those keys pressed I'm gonna hit that jackpot continuously, okay. Alright, so that is the first training here, okay. So as you can see, it's very difficult, okay. It's very difficult to look. It's very difficult to actually decipher, and you really have to watch a player, okay. So I'm clicking here, and then my random generator is just kicking in now, okay, because my keys are not pressed anymore, okay. So let's go to the next training here. So on the next training here, a similar slot machine, but this machine here, and I designed this small program to be where the scenarios are similar to how codings and glitches have occurred in the past on slot machines, where players took advantage of it, and or they were in collusion with the programmer, and they took advantage of the machines and took, you know, thousands of dollars from the casino. Okay, so this is very similar. This is to kind of there's a lot of slot machines. They are called multi-denomination machines. Okay, and those machines, you can choose the different amounts that you would like to wagers. Okay, so here we have something similar where we have a $1, $5 choice, and a $100 choice. Okay, so I'm gonna click through this. I'm gonna choose $1 first. Okay, and I'm gonna click through this to see if you can pick up the pattern. Okay, if there's a pattern or a sequence. Okay, and we hit a jackpot here. Okay, so we win a little bit there. And just like a real slot machine, it looks like I'm losing more than I'm winning. Yeah, I win again. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, I think I'm gonna... Oh, there we go. Finally win again. Okay, so it looks like I'm losing a lot more. So I'm gonna check the $1, and let's go to five. Let's wager $5 now. Okay. Oh, we win there. Okay, and keep going. It looks like I'm losing a lot there. Okay. Alright, let's try the next one here. Okay. So the key idea about this software is really to train regulators and investigators on how to kind of see how difficult it is to find glitches and malicious codes. Okay. Now click this. I'll do it one more time here. We'll do another win here. Okay. I got a few wins there. We're actually winning from the $100. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. Okay, if you do it enough, I'm not sure, depending on your skill level, you might have caught on to the pattern. Okay, so here I'll just choose the $1 here. I'll do that one a few more times. Okay. Okay, now I'll stop here. Okay, let's look at the answer here. So the answer here is to cheat. Select the 100 denomination. When your hand shows the following on the slot machine, hit the spin to win the jackpot. So you select the $100 denomination. Okay, and when the reels is in this pattern here. Okay, 2 sevens, 2 cherries up and down, bars on the corners. Okay, if you hit the spin button when these two conditions are met, you hit the jackpot. Okay, so that's the cheat. Okay, that's been coded. Okay, so your mission here is to determine a way to cheat the slot machines into automatically hitting a jackpot. The hint is just like before. A programmer has embedded a malicious cheat code. Okay, so let's follow that. Once again, select the $100. Okay, and when your screen is showing 2 sevens, 2 cherries, and bars in the corners. Okay, so let's do that. Let's choose the 100, take the 1 off. Let's spin that. Okay, but let's do it like a real cheat would do. They'll just play $1. Okay, and that's a random hit. That's another random hit. Another random hit. Another one. And what we're looking for is that that slot setup. Okay, and my random number generator is really working on the back there because it looks pretty random here. That's a random hit, so we're still wagering $1. Okay, there it is right there. Take a look at that answer again. Okay, 2 sevens, 2 cherries, and bars in the corners with diamonds and a cherry on the bottom. Okay, so that matches. We're gonna select the $100 mark, the $100 denomination, and usually a lot of slot machines has the max bet button right next to the spin button. Okay, we're gonna bet the farm on this now. Okay, and knowing that this sequence plus the $100 denomination selected, and we hit that spin, we're gonna win. Okay, that's the cheat code. So when you get here, usually players would just max out and hit that max button or double up button and then hit spin. And true as sure, we hit that jackpot. Okay, so I coded this similar to some of the cheats in the past or codings in the past where it allowed a player to kind of see the sequence and figure out the sequence and then win. Okay, drop our wager back to $1. Okay, there it is again. Okay, 2 sevens, 2 cherries and bars in the corners, diamonds and a cherry on the bottom. Okay, max our bet. Okay, we could hit the double up button or the I'm gonna move this over. My little yellow dot stuck there again. We could hit the double up or max bet here. We know if we hit that, we met the conditions. Okay, the real pattern and the $100 denomination has been selected. We hit that spin, we're gonna win, and we win again. Okay, so let's look at the codes for this one here. Okay, I'm gonna go to the codes here. The answer, see the codes. Okay, so these are the codes here. I'm gonna just skip to the one where I highlighted at. Okay, so let me move this over so my dots doesn't block you there. So the one in pink here. Okay, let's look at the one in pink here. Okay, so these statements here. Okay, you have option 13, option 9, and option 11. Option 13 is the $100 denomination check. Okay, option 9 is the $1, and option 11 is the $5. So what this code says is, don't worry, you don't need to be a programmer or recode. I'm gonna paraphrase this for you. Okay, option 13, the codes here it's a if statement here. It says if option 13 is true, which means it's checked, and the other options are unchecked, okay, and the number one JPEG is a picture, okay, so when this picture shows up and the denomination of 100 is selected, okay, and here is my statement here, okay, option 13 is checked it, both of the other options are unchecked, which is the $100 is checked and nothing else is checked it, and the number one image, which is the 2 sevens and 2 cherries and bars on the corners, okay, is display, okay, then come up and say congratulations, you hit the jackpot, $1 million, okay. That is the code that is hidden behind the slot machine, okay. Below here I highlight another code segment here, okay, and I comment to check if the display image is jackpot JPG, okay, dot JPG, okay. So this is based off of my random here, okay. This is my random number generator right here, okay, where it looks at the photo list, okay, does a little equation, multiplies it to the random number generator, okay, and then it outputs an image, okay. So back down here towards the bottom here, the code is if the image pops up based on this randomness up here, okay, if the jackpot image, which is the image with the three sevens, okay, that's the jackpot image. When that pops up, it's gonna say congratulations, you hit the jackpot, $1 million, okay. So this is a normal code for jackpot. This is not, okay. This is a sequence that has been purposely and maliciously coded in to defeat the slot machines and get big payouts, okay. So that's what the codes mean in the background, okay. That's how codes run in the background. It's very hard to decipher when you're just watching the slot machine here, and we take it out that $100 and put it to 1. You know, it's very hard to decipher. Here, in this spin right here, this is the trigger right here, okay. And all I need to do is choose the $100 mark, take the 1 off, choose the $100 mark, and hit spin, and we'll hit a jackpot. But if I don't know that sequence and I just hit spin here, okay, I still win. It's random. So here we go again, okay, with the 1, I hit spin, and we don't win. We don't win. Okay, so that shows you that it's a true random number generator in the back. So if you knew that you knew the sequence, okay, and you choose the $100 mark when you hit that particular random hit, okay, another random hit, okay, here we go again, okay, this is the sequence right here, and we can bet the farm on it and we win, okay. So knowing the sequence gives you the player a lot of advantage, okay. Lose small and then win big, okay. Similar to advantage play in blackjack. You know, you're losing pennies and winning dollars, okay. So that is the software. This is free on the website. You can download it, use it as you will. It's for the casinos industry. So I personally use this. I created this mainly just to train and to give compliance, surveillance, gaming regulators, casino employees a view into the coding world behind the lights and sounds of a slot machine. and many a lot of the times, even as regulators, we don't get to see it. We're always reading about it, but we really never get to see it and say, oh, these codes, this is how it works. This is how someone would do it. Okay, so my codes here are mediocre VBA codes. Nothing like IGT or Konami, Aristocrat. It's nothing like theirs. Theirs is much more complex. Mine's barely a page. Their codes for slot machines are probably in the books. Okay, so this is just very mediocre, but it's used as an example to give you a glimpse how difficult it is to detect malicious codes and glitches on the slot machines just by watching it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this training, and I hope you learned something from it. And I wish I had something like this when I was a regulator. You know, and I think understanding it would be probably easier. Even though if you don't know how to program, or you don't know how codes work, you don't know how to write a single line of code, but you do understand that it's difficult to decipher. It's difficult to find out, because you don't know the pattern that's been coded to hit those jackpot, to hit those wins. It could be a sequence of you have to see this 2 times, or 2 in a row, or you have to select this and then change it to this, and then change it to this. So it's very difficult, and especially for surveillance. My peers out there, they're always taught to look and find the cheating machine or cheating device on the person, but figuring this part out is very difficult, and it takes a lot of analysis, a lot of training, continuous training. Okay, so I hope this training helped some of you out there, to give you a glimpse of how the codings in the back of a slot machine works, and how a programmer can code in sequences, okay, or patterns, and to cheat the game, okay, and how they would do it, and having access to the EEPROM, reprogramming EEPROM chips, okay, adding just a few lines of codes, okay. So thank you for attending the training. If you have any questions regarding this training or other trainings, feel free to send that in, and I usually combine all the questions, and then if I have time, then I'll create a training video and post it up, so we can archive it, and new regulators especially, if they get to see something like this and experience it, and actually see some code and say, oh, okay, these are the possibilities that can happen. And unfortunately, it has happened in the past, based on historical data, and some of the examples I showed you at the beginning of this training here. It has happened in the past, and most likely, and I would say very likely, it could happen again, but the frequency of it happen again is very unlikely. But it can happen, and we do have bad actors in the gaming industry. But on the general forefront, casinos are highly regulated. This is their business. I know a lot of tribes that this is their income. The casino provides income for their members, the public, jobs, healthcare, benefits, and economic well-being. And for any business that would choose to cheat customers, that's just bad publicity. That's bad for business. If you're known as a slot cheat, no one's going to visit your casino. So for those individuals that will promote something like that online to make a profit, that the casino cheats people, they manipulate machines and etc. No, it's very untrue. Okay, it's very untrue. Please do your research. People that offers you strategies, no, don't please don't buy into it. You're just gonna pay them, and they're gonna scam you. So be aware of that. I have a few videos sent to me years ago, and yeah, it's not. There's so many scams out there. So be careful. Do your own research. Go to legitimate websites like NIGC, the State Gaming Board, manufacturer's website, and a lot of trainings, especially a lot of the technical training, is not available to the public. It's only available to gaming regulators. So the general public don't have a lot of training on how slot machine works. So the assumption is very high. Okay, but they're highly regulated, and as a business, I would say most, if not all, of the casinos out there they test their machines. They offer fair play. Okay, so please be aware of that. No one wants to be known as the casino that cheats. So that's just bad for business. Now you lose a lot of income, and you lose a lot of visitors, and it is a chain effect. Affects your slot machines. Is gonna, people's not gonna come. They're not gonna buy food. They're not gonna buy your services. They're not gonna buy your entertainment. So now they regulate it on the casino side. I know they regulate it very highly. Okay, so please do your research, and that would be it for this training. I hope you enjoyed this training. I hope you learned something and got a glimpse into a sample of how coding can manipulate slot machines. Okay, so thanks again for joining me, and you have any questions, submit those, and I promise you I'll take a look at them, and I'll end this training, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.